Hey everyone, Arc Trading here. Welcome back. I hope everyone's doing pretty well today, and I hope everyone enjoyed their weekend. So, kind of let's dive into it. Took two trades today, one loss, one win. My win was actually three times greater than my loss, which is good. So, kind of dive into it. It was both on ES and NQ today. Based on the daily chart, overall, I was short biased. I don't put too much weight on my daily bias, just based on the range that I trade. It is good confidence to have, but overall, I don't use my daily bias to take a trade or not. So going into it on ES over here on the left and NQ on the right, these are daily charts. We are going into this fair value gap. We did bounce off this daily volume imbalance. However, hitting consequent encouragement over here on the daily fair value gap, I figured it was going to throttle a little bit on the push up. And then going on NQ, same thing. There's that daily fair value gap over here. But on NQ, we're also hitting a daily volume imbalance as well, which it did right there. So going into both the 5-minute charts on NQ and ES. Main thing I was looking for off the bat was we did take London highs over here. Okay. Same thing on NQ as well. So off the bat, I was looking for a short. We did get this break of structure, as you can see right here, with this massive displacement candle, both on ES and NQ. So one or the other, I was looking to get in short, whether it was bounce right into here at 45.35 or on NQ, bounce right into here on this fair value gap at 15,598.5. It did get close. I had an entry out right on this fair value gap to tap into and then go short. On ES and NQ, didn't tap until later on in the day at around 11:25. So overall, pretty patient today. I did get a little bit impatient over here at 10:30. Not my average, not my typical trade over here, but I figured it was going to have a continuation to the downside based on if you take the fib from that move from that high to that low, it did hit exactly at 50%, went to premium. Now, we could argue that I could have taken a short right here, but in the end, hindsight is 2020. I decided not to take it. I wanted a little bit more confirmation. And after I rejected this fair value gap opened up. I did take a short. I did go smaller on this one, 1/3 size of what I typically take. So we had this fair value gap that opened up. I went in at 45.26.75. I was risking off 45.30.25 and going for 2R. Right here, this is the hourly fair value gap as well. So I expected at least, because it didn't hit it over here at 10:10 in the morning, I expected to drop down and draw into this fair value gap. Now, I didn't take the full stop on this. I'll show you my executions in a bit too. As soon as this candle closed above the 5-minute, I did go out. You know, I cut my loss. I figured it wasn't going to go straight down. I was having a little bit of trouble. So hindsight, it would have actually worked out, but it would have hit my stop. My stop was a little bit too tight. So originally my stop was 45.30.25. It did hit 45.31.25. So good thing I cut it when I cut it. I would have been a little bit more annoyed if it hit my full stop and then went back down. Okay, so that was that trade. Now going off NQ. Okay, this is the trade that I took. So even though I was mainly looking for a short today, after taking a loss, I was still on the charts. I was almost about to be done, but I did notice this SMT divergence right here on the 5-minute. So ES put in a lower low, NQ did not. So NQ was holding pretty well about this 15,550 area. Okay. So I figured NQ was at least going to pop right into this 5-minute fair value gap that it never filled. So I was waiting, and then I did see this inversion right here. So it's 1055. Even though it's a bearish fair value gap, it did invert. So I was looking to get long. As soon as this 5-minute candle closed above it, I did go long at 15,570, risking off 15,559.25 and went for 2R. So hit less than 10 minutes, which is nice. The overall win was like I said, 3 times greater than my loss. And it did hit into this fair value gap. Now, hindsight, once again, I could have shorted into this fair value gap and it would have probably worked out. It wasn't a 2R trade, but probably would have taken half off at 1R. But hindsight's 2020 in the end. Now, just to take a look at execution on ES. So like I said, I got in at 4526.75, which is right here. I already cut it at 4528.775 as soon as I saw it closing above that fair value gap. I was at 4 micros on that, so technically took a 2-handle loss. And now to show NQ's trade, so got in at 15,570, which is right there. And then about less than 10 minutes, I was going for 15,592. And same thing like happened last time. TradingView printed that 15,592 hit, but then my positions were still open, so I didn't manually close it out. Technically, I didn't get the full 15,592. Tagged me in at 91.25 and 1 micro at 91.5. So overall, good day. Went from red to green. Like I said, my green trade was 3 times my loss. Going to call it for now. Not the worst price action. There was definitely good areas of entry. It's just a matter of, that's like half the battle. Sometimes it's a matter of actually getting in your entry and your entry hitting. Thank you guys for watching. Subscribe, like, and I'll see you guys soon.